Ladies and gentlemen, today we're gonna take your wok and turn it into an indoor smoker. Now you're saying, I've seen this before, but those methods are internally flawed. How are we gonna fix it? Well, with one of these and one of these. So why the thermometer? This thermometer with the drill is gonna allow us to have temperature control in an indoor wok smoker. Why do we want temperature control? Because when you look across the web and you see a lot of wok smoker recipes, there's only time. There's not really temperature. I have a thermometer, a probe thermometer right here. This is like one you stick into a piece of meat. You can use analog or digital, just be careful on the temp up here. But it should be removed because we're not gonna take this temperature way too high. We're gonna try to sit it at 300 degrees and below, even as low as possible. If you wanna do a long smoke, you're gonna set it a lot lower. Take your drill, find a drill bit that is slightly bigger than the largest part of your thermometer. You don't want too much excess, you don't want too much moving around. And all you're gonna do is, a lot of these tops are aluminum, and drill a hole. That is gonna allow you to put your thermometer in nice and snug, just like that. Why are we doing this? Because a lot of people who use wok smokers are just guessing. You're fiddling with a thing and you're like, oh, that's about the temperature, and you want to take the temperature of the inside, but you're constantly having to remove the lid, which doesn't give you an accurate reading. This way, this probe is sitting, floating in the center of your wok, right about where your fish is, so you're actually taking the temperature that is surrounding whatever you're smoking is. You're not going to lose it by trying to stick a probe that sits in the bottom, that sits in the middle, because temperatures in a container like this that has lots of internal volume, temperatures are going to fluctuate all over the place. So what this allows you to do is take real-time temperature right next to the thing that you're smoking. It's the simplest fix ever. And a wok lid, I mean, you're not ruining it. It's a hole that big. It's still reusable for all other stuff, right? Some of them do come with grates in it. All I did with this is I ordered a circular grill grate that matched the circumference of the wok. Simple. Sits right on top. And look at that. That's an instant smoke grate right there, okay? So you have the lid. Now the lid, as you can see here, provides a little bit of area around here. All that smoke is gonna leach out the side. So how are we gonna fix that? We're gonna plug it with something super scientific, aluminum foil. Make a ring. Like so. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is gonna contain some of the smoke. Now this is a smoker. This is indoors. Crack your windows. Make sure you got stuff coming inside and out, but the natural wood chips, they'll be like, oh, it's a campfire inside. See how it's kind of like, just like this here? I'm covering the outside. I'm doing enough to the inside so that when I sit my lid on, I'm gonna put some pressure down. So I find a good seal that's enough where I'm gonna keep a lot of that smoke inside. It's gonna have a little bit of a vent, that's fine, because what do smokers have? Vents. So the imperfection is actually working in your favor here. We gotta make smoke. How do we make smoke? Wood chips. They've been soaking in water, so I'm gonna take some out, like so. Just put them on a paper towel to get rid of the excess water. You can put these directly in your wok and just start running. But what's gonna happen is that wood, all that wood, direct in contact with a hot surface is kind of gonna burn to the bottom of your wok and actually render it useless for other cooking stuff. So this way, we're actually preserving our wok by making a little foil pouch. I'm gonna put them in my foil pouch. This is just gonna provide a bit of a barrier between the actual heating surface and the chips, right? It goes in the bottom, around the circumference of the bottom of your pan. And there you go. Within a matter of minutes, we now have an indoor smoker. The dome shape really helps in rotating the smoke around and keeping the heat contained. And it's like It's a 2-for-1. We're gonna turn on our heat. Now these wood chips have been soaked, so it's gonna give us a little bit of a longer life on that smoke. Some would argue soaked wood chips give you a little bit of a cleaner smoke. That could work too. I would not use the small little ground guys. I would actually use wood chips itself. You're getting some steam coming off. You're hearing that noise happening. The heat's coming up here. The first part you get is a little bit of steam on this, and then you're gonna start getting wood smoke. Here we go. It's gonna be very light at first. At my fishmonger, they actually sell salmon tails at a deeply discounted rate, and they're actually perfect for smoking because they're nice and thin. So we're just gonna lay our fish right there in the center. You can do multiples. That's the great thing about a wok, is just that huge surface area on this. Now here comes the magic part. We're gonna lid it. Just make sure it's kind of sealed. So temperature is rising really quickly. We had the lid off for a while. This would have been a little bit more of a slow process, but I know I'm at 81 degrees. I know my wood's gonna start burning. Smell it a little bit. And I can actually start backing this temperature down. That temperature, see how fast it dipped? And now we have recovery time. This is why you want this probe thermometer in there, so you never have to lift up and check temperature. You don't have to take the temperature at the bottom, because the temperature at the bottom of this thing, wildly different from what you're getting next to your fish. And you can watch it, like if you're getting too high, let's say you want to sit at a smoking temperature of about 120, and it's starting to spike up too much, just move it off your heat, right? Let that burner cool down, drop that temperature, and then you're just managing right now. You can go on and off the heat. See, I'm now stuck at 133. I evened it out. There's no guessing involved here. Everyone knows that when you're smoking, the toughest thing to do is maintaining temperature, and that's where usually these wok smokers fail, but this is where you're really gonna get it in. So for a while, you wanna maintain around 100, between 150 and 160 degrees. That's for a longer smoke. A good salmon, we can definitely hit it over that if we want, if you wanted to cook quicker. But if you want that longer smoke and everything to permeate, you can keep it a little low. This is the best part of it. So we let this roll for about 45 minutes. Crank the temperature up just a tiny bit to move the process along. You can actually sit there at the kind of that 150 to 160 mark and let it go 2 hours. We just kind of wanted to move it along, but here we go for the big reveal. That is a beautifully smoked piece of fish. I mean, you can do, glazes on this. You can do a soy glaze, a miso glaze, and it'll definitely darken that color out. Oftentimes I would even suggest curing it or brining it beforehand. But this was just to show you that you could take a fresh piece of fish, throw it on here, build this thing in minutes, and then with just a little time, you have smoked fish. Pull that out, serve it as it is, makes a smoked fish salad, but here we have a winner. Because why? We use temperature control. Smoked fish, you can do this, super easy. If you like this and you want to see some other modifications of your home kitchen, click here. We're gonna take a classic French soup and turn it into an American onion ring.